Warning: this game contains scenes of explicit violence and gore. Well, hello everyone, and welcome to Let's Play Resident Evil Survivor 2, Code Veronica. Survivor 2 is an arcade-style action game of the first-person shooter variety. Oh, look, see that little mouse? That was D.I.J. just running past there. You might remember him from Code Veronica. So, it's an arcade-style first-person shooter, and in fact, it was originally released in the arcades in 2001 in Japan, and then in 2002, we'd get released in Europe. At the same times, we would also get ports of the game onto the PS2. But for whatever reason, this game never came to the US. So, I wouldn't find out about this game, or even play it, until years after it was made. In fact, I didn't know about this game until I played the Gun Survivor games that would come after it. And even though I like the Survivor game that came before this, with our buddy Ark, and I like the Gun Survivor game that comes after this, Dead Aim, I'm not a big fan of this one. I got to play it for the first time maybe 2 or 3 years ago, but it was only recently that I really put the time in to finish it and beat it, so I could play it here for all of you. So let's hit the start button. And already I've gone through the game a couple of times, so we got some options here that wouldn't normally be here. So we're going to be playing arcade mode. That's what we're going to focus on, and that's the only thing I'm going to play. I do not like dungeon mode at all. I find it boring and tedious. Roach mode is silly, but I eventually beat it. Ranking mode is really just your top scores. That's really it. Secret reports are something you will unlock during the course of the game. So we'll play through the game first, and then I'll go through the secret report with all of you. We're going to take a look at options. So right now I am playing this with a PS2 controller. I do not have the PS2 controller guns, so that's no choice for me. Now, let's go to game options. So like normal, we're going to play on normal. Our levels are timed. We're going to leave that on normal too. Our partner is going to be on. We're going to have the choice between playing Claire or playing Steve. And whichever one we're playing, the other one will be computer controlled. Here's the important one. Partner level. Right now we have partner level set to its max at 8. We can lower it all the way down to level 1. Every time I played this game, until I finally beat the game, my partner level was on 1. When your partner is on level 1, they more or less stand there, not doing anything. And they will just let enemies attack you, come next to them, and so forth. So I had to beat the game with a partner that essentially wasn't any help. But when you set it to level 8, they move around, they avoid, they evade, they try to keep out of the way of enemies, and so forth. So we're going to keep it on level 8. You guys do not have to endure what I went through. Nothing else here that's really important. So here's our player select screen. We of course have our choice of Claire, and we have our choice of Steve. Now of course, like any person in their right mind, I'm going to choose to play Claire. But there are some choices here, why you might want to play one over the other. The big one here is Steve gets his 2 golden Lugers, which means each pull of the trigger or press the button, he fires 2 shots. From my experience, it seemed like it made a difference. I don't know that for a fact, but it sure seemed like it. During the course of the game, they will also get access to different bonus weapons. So Steve has his Lugers. I think Claire has the Samurai Edge, or whatever they were calling it in this one. But they'll get different extra weapons. So she'll get a, I think an AK or an H&K. He'll get submachine guns. They'll both get a shotgun. She'll get a magnum. He'll get the grenade gun. Now, if I press the select button, we can open up the stage select menu. Right now I only have the choices of stage 1 and stage 2. In this mode, we just do that one stage, so we can practice it over and over again. These stages unlock by the amount of time you put in the game. So since I have stage 2 on lock, I have more than 3 hours of playtime. Let's see if we can go back. So we're going to play Claire. Now, I said I don't really like this game, and I don't. I don't particularly like playing it, but I also don't like it because it doesn't bring anything to the table, so to say. Unlike Gun Survivor and Dead Aim, which added story elements expanded upon the Resident Evil universe, this doesn't. And it's not because it's a one-for-one remake of Code Veronica. It's for a it's for a special reason that we'll see at the end of the game. But here is Steve and Claire meeting. Yeah, we have no voiceover. We only have subtitles and talking. Alright, so I am firing at the enemies with my, what is this, my square button? I'm using my analog stick to move around. Let's grab the assault rifle. I am rotating in place with L and R, and I am switching my weapons with R2 and L2. Like most shooting games, our default weapon will have unlimited ammo, but our special weapons will have limited ammo, depending on how much we can pick up. We only carry one special weapon at a time. So if I come across a shotgun or I come across a magnum, I gotta make my choice. Do I reset the ammunition and go with the new weapon, or do I keep the weapon I have right now that has more ammo? Now, I know you guys, you're pretty astute. You pay attention. You look at what's going on. You must notice at the top of the screen it says remaining time before Nemesis gets loose. Now, you might be wondering what that means. Well, another selling point of this game, at least in my eyes, was that Nemesis from Resident Evil 3 makes a return appearance in this game. He's something of a, I don't know, time limit enforcer? If we can't beat the stage in that time limit, we got about a minute and 20 seconds left, he'll show up and just kill us. It says 5. So let me finish with Nemesis. Actually, no, I should probably bring that up. On each stage, we're going to find a hidden note like that. That's going to give us a hint about what we want to do. So our first hint is 5. 5 what? Don't know yet. Right now our goal, though, is to find that key. Now, usually I can get through these stages fast enough that Nemesis doesn't appear, but I'm going to take my time so that you can see him appear. This will also give us more time to look through the level. Nemesis is invincible. It flat out says invincible enemy. We can't kill him. Another thing astute viewers noticed is that our time limit continues to go down even during loading scenes between the doors. So we are not going to make it in the next 13 seconds. I just picked up a gem. Every stage is going to have a gem like that. Long story short, we want to collect all 5 gems so we can fight the special boss at the end of the game. Alright, Nemesis has gotten loose. And there he is. Now I think he's looking pretty good here. A lot of people don't seem to agree with that assessment, but I think that is a good looking Nemesis. Now, Nemesis is going to start where we just saw him and slowly walk towards us. And there, yep, Hunter. So if I waited here, he'll eventually come through that door. We're not going to spend our time with him. We're going to go through the Biohazard door. This is a door we need the key for. And behind here is our first boss. There we go, giant spider. I don't remember if the giant spider had a special name in Code Veronica. But we're going to fight it. Now I'm going to use my assault rifle here to try to take it out quick. Now we're doing pretty good, but it's been really finicky for me in the past. The game seems to want you to shoot the enemy from head on. Don't get in my way, sis. You too, Mr. Knight. I should be trying to read those subtitles, shouldn't I? Alright, so here are our results. We got 8,400 points for the stage, no bonus for time, because Nemesis showed up. We took no damage, so we get a big bonus of 10,000. And we didn't use solely our handgun. We switched weapons, so we lost the bonus for that. We do get a different score at the end of each level, but to the best of my knowledge, they don't make a difference. So if I get an S rank or a D rank, it doesn't make a difference. Maybe for bragging rights. But bragging rights was never something that was important to me. Okay. We're not going to go down there. We're going to shoot open these crates, because crates sometimes have monsters in them. And the game has decided that we are going to go down the stairs. So, there's Cerberus. And there's the blue gem. So, the short way would be going through here. We're going to take the long way. The long way might not always be an option, but when it is an option, I will try to use it for you. So far we've seen mostly zombies. We saw some Cerberus. We saw a Hunter. And there's another Cerberus. Oh, do you hear that? Looky, looky. So, returning from Resident Evil 2 is the Licker. The Licker didn't show up in Code Veronica, but he shows up here. You know who does show up in Code Veronica, though? That's right, Bandersnatch. Alright, Magnum. We're going to see pretty much every enemy from Code Veronica, but we're also going to see some returning favorites. At least to me, they're returning favorites. Come on. Am I even shooting him? And look. Another Licker. Our partners can die. So we want to be careful about that. Okay, we're going to go through here. I did say we're taking the long way around. It's also a much more dangerous way. Alright, we lucked out. We got some critical hits. So those zombies didn't get to do as much damage to us. Shotgun? No, we'll stick to the Magnum. And more spiders. Steve, behind you. Alright, Nemesis is going to be showing up soon, and he's more dangerous here. Now, we could run around, try to avoid him, but that's going to be tough. Alright, it says Jewel. We just took our first attack. So 5 Jewel. Okay, so he knocks into the roof in that hallway where we fought our first licker. He's going to make his way slowly to us, which is bad, because he's actually heading the way we want to go. But we did what we came here for. We wanted to get that second note. Now these gems, these jewels, are something special just for the PlayStation version. Well, actually, I don't know if the jewels are the part that's special, but the jewels will give us special documents that we can read when we get the chance to unlock them. He's not here yet. Don't think we have time, though. Come on. Okay, we got him. There's our key. Nemesis is probably right outside this door. In fact, he was coming in the door as we were going out. Now, hopefully, we can be quick. A licker is going to jump through those boxes. I'm just going to avoid him. Alright. Caution. Biohazard. Level 2. So what is our next boss? It's a sweeper. They're sort of the big, mean hunters. You know, the poisonous ones. Now, I'm using the Magnum, so this will hopefully be a little easier. But he is an agile little guy. But if you got the right firepower, you can get past him. Okay, he's not going to bother with Steve anymore. He's going to bother with us. Okay. Where are you? Actually, going in circles, I remember being fairly effective. I am doing bad this time, though. Really bad. He's probably going to kill us. Alright, we got him. Or did we? If I wasn't here, you could have been cleared. Thanks anyways. So yeah, no big bonuses for this level. Not the most impressive bosses. In Code Veronica, we didn't even meet the spider until we got to Antarctica. Okay, now this one is a little tougher. We need 2 keys, and there are 3 floors to this level. Steve is not back. Steve remains dead until we use a continue. Okay, usually I just run past that Bandersnatch. But, you know, we're going to do a little more exploring this time. Okay. Alright, 2 Cerberus. 1 Bandersnatch. Now, there are boxes behind that Bandersnatch. One box has a weapon, the other box has a hunter. So I just let the hunter free. And we only got 1 hit left before we die. And I'm sad to say it, but it's probably going to happen right here. There's a hunter waiting for us. So we have 6 continues. The very first time I played through this game, I had 3 continues. Continues go up along with time. I don't remember exactly the times you have to make. I think it's 2, 4, 6, 8. And then eventually you get to the point where you have unlimited continues. But Steve's back. Steve's back and our time got reset. Okay, I would say a shotgun is not worth it, but we don't exactly have a lot of ammo left. This may be, in fact, the worst shotgun in all of Resident Evil. So if you're playing this game seriously, I would not suggest going this way. You may remember this way led to the locker room in the main game. But now it just leads to hunters. Hunters that are big problems. See, the arrows even want us to go back. Alright, zombie in there. Not even dead. Now it's dead. And be careful. I think it's in this box is a hunter. There's a first aid kit, so it wasn't that bad. But in all likelihood, you're going to take more damage getting here than that one healing, that one bit of healing is worth. Now, you do have a good amount of time on this stage, but this is the stage that even when I'm trying to get through it as fast as I can, this is pretty much the stage where I always get Nemesis. And in the last couple of stages, that wasn't so bad. Nemesis shows up, you know, either towards the beginning or at a place where it's not so dangerous. Like we saw in the previous stage, he appeared in that one hallway that was kind of far from us. In this stage, well, he kind of shows up right in your way. Right close where you need to be to get your key and where you need to go to finish the stage. Okay, this is a bad area, but if we can take him out. Yeah, there are zombies with explosives. In fact, on this stage, we're going to see our first explosive barrel. And we want to use those bits of the environment to our advantage. We'll leave those crates alone for a minute. This Bandersnatch pretty much always gets me. Unless I have my partner. And at that point, he gets my partner. So there was our first explosive. I don't think it got either of them, though. I'm going to leave that alone. We are going to grab that key. You know, we took out these enemies when we came down here, but they're back. Alright, Nemesis has gotten loose. Yeah, and that room where he's gotten loose is the exact room we have to go to. There's not a lot we can do about this. He's invincible. All we could really try to do is hope to outrun him. And we don't really have the room to maneuver to get around him. Because he's going to come through that door up there. So I guess we're just going to have to bite the bullet. There he is. If he takes out Steve, that might reset the timer. Alright, it doesn't reset it, but it gives us some time. I didn't really want to do that, but the Magnum is a pretty good weapon, and I'd rather hang on to it. And look! There is the Drain Demos. Also returning from Resident Evil 3. We haven't seen them for a while. Alright, our last key is in here. I got some zombies here. Okay, we got a minute before Nemesis shows back up. I'm hoping I'll be able to get this done in that amount of time. We don't have Steve to act as a buffer. So did I come here for the weapons? No. I came here for the typewriter that says 25 minutes. So, 5 joule, 25 minute. Okay, I'm going to try to rush past these Cerberus. We did not get the jewel for this stage yet, but it's over here. Okay. So here comes Nemesis. Don't think I'm going to be able to do anything. Yeah, like, I can't get around him. Nope. We're dead. Oh, we got to keep the Magnum, thank goodness. I'm not happy that we had to use 2 continues. But we are really close to the end of the game anyways. Well, more than halfway. Let's go grab this last Magnum. And there's a Bandersnatch immediately to the left. So I'm going to try to make a straight line to that door. Alright, Biohazard. Level 3. So who's the boss? What's that? Oh, it's Nosferatu. We didn't meet him here either. Doesn't look like it will help us out. He's not by himself. He's got some Bandersnatch with him. These Bandersnatch will make short work out of, well, Steve. But the Magnum helped with that. So, Nosferatu here does really what he did in the game. He'll lash out at us with those big arms, and he'll also spray poison. He's not that bad. The poison can be a little tricky sometimes, but once you get those Bandersnatches out of the way, and you find the right spot to stay, you're in good shape. And that's the end of him. No special cutscene death for him, though. Piece of cake. Don't get carried away, we've just started. Alright. Stage 4, the private resident, Impatience. Or Impatient? This one is different than all the other levels. And for the reason you're about to see. Nemesis is hunting us from the very beginning. Weapons are useless. The bullets don't seem effective. Let's go, Steve. So we just have to keep moving, because he is behind us at all times. So there's going to just be like barriers and enemies in our way more or less constantly. But we just have to keep on the move. And it's going to be tough enemies. Like, look. Got some hunters here. I think I can run away from that one. And looky, looky here. Sweepers. Okay. The explosion was able to take one of them out. So they're being sneaky here. Right in front of us, well, is a Bandersnatch, but also immediately to our right was a zombie, who should be behind us now. Hey, it's Steve. Alright, this is a pretty dangerous area, so I'm just going to try to run through it, but there are two zombies and a sweeper. They will not follow us up the stairs, but I've gotten glitched out on the stairs. There's a Bandersnatch and there's a zombie. Zombie got me, damn it. And Bandersnatch got me. Okay, we're in the private residence. You may remember that in the main game, this was where that big creepy doll was. Nemesis is still right behind me. He'll probably get Steve. I think he did, that's why the time reset. So there are rooms up here for us to explore, and I would love to show them to you, but Nemesis is right on our heels, and we've already used 3 continues. Why aren't you dead? Remember, they're not actually dead unless we get points for them. So we made it to the Biohazard room, but we don't have a key yet. So what does that mean? Well, it means this. Who's there? You worthless worms. You will need this key to get off this island. But are you so sure you can get it from me? And look what she has waiting to ambush us. Alright, we gotta put down the spider. So essentially we're just fighting the spider boss again. Now, while we're fighting the spider boss, Nemesis will not bother us. But once we defeat the spider boss, we got 2 minutes before Nemesis shows up. Okay, I'm going to grab that first aid kit. And you can kind of see there's a zombie behind there. We want to go behind here. It's a little tricky to get behind these crates. Should be another zombie here. There's the tiger statue. And what would be here with the tiger statue but a gem? So we got 4 of them. Now, don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. This is tough. But I'm going to give it a shot. If we run past here, there's a liquor. And there's another liquor here. I think one of them got me. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this key, and then I'm going to run forward through this door. I think there are drain demos in here, but I should be able to run past them too. Nope. Because I want to get the last message for you guys. Dang it. I turned too much. But we got 30 seconds before Nemesis shows up. And guess what's in here? 2 Bandersnatch. Alright. And the message is Nemesis. So there are liquors out here, and there should be Nemesis out here. I'll just grab that, thank you. I hope, I really hope that these 2 continues are going to be enough. Because this fight right here usually kills me at least once. You. Wait. She's a human being. No, she's not. No, I'm not sure about that. Well, she's not a human being anymore. Now, you might think, this doesn't look so bad, but she's got Cerberus with her. 2 of them. 2 of them that are really freaking tough for some reason. And in addition to being really freaking tough, they will respawn. They don't stay dead. Now, right now she's keeping all her focus on Steve, so it's not that bad. But her attacks can really hurt you really bad. Mostly because they're not as easy to predict as they are in the main game. But I think we're going to pull this off. Stupid dogs. Alright, Alexia is defeated and she transforms back. I feel a bit sorry for her. Let's go, Claire. So is that it? Is that the end of the game? No. We have one more level. Alright, evacuate the island before it explodes. So caution, biohazard level 4. And what's going on down in cold storage? Well, it seems that a tyrant has just woken up. They're trying to make the whole island explode. Okay, let's go. Alright, leave here because it's dangerous. That's good advice. Fire! Alright, there is our last gem, our last jewel. And there's our last note. It says kill. Where's Steve? There he is. Okay, this is a very short level. And we're going to get our choice of weapon. And I will pick the Magnum. And our first aid kit. Because now it's time to fight the boss of the game. And there he is. The iconic tyrant. Now, maybe not great looking, but I do like fighting him. He's kind of like ice skating. Where is he? Now, in addition to like zooming around like that, he'll ground pound and send up like a wave of fire. Yep, he got us. Now, this should be fine. Almost got him dead. I'm avoiding his ground pound. Steve's alive. And down he goes. But wait. Nemesis is here. Look who's here. Let's get rid of that thing once and for all. He has his rocket launcher with him, but we have our linear launcher. Linear launcher is the only thing that will hurt him. Now Steve's done. He will both run after us to try to swipe at us, and he will fire the rocket launcher. We much prefer him to fire the rocket launcher. One swipe will kill us. We can take a few rockets, though. He can't take too many shots at the linear launcher, though. Now, personally, I think what would have been nice is if we killed Tyrant with the rocket launcher, discarded it like we were going to leave, but that's when Nemesis comes through the steel gate, picks up the rocket launcher, and then we have to fight him. And he's done. And kaboom. Let's get out of here. Yeah, you're right. Move aside, sis. And there we go. The Harrier jet. Now, we can get out. Better hurry. And that's it. Straight to credits. So, there you go. That was Resident Evil Survivor 2 Code Veronica. Now, I kind of told you at the beginning of the game what I thought about this. I didn't like playing it. I didn't like going through it to get to this point where I could play it for all of you. But we did it, and it's done with. And I told you that there was a reason I didn't really care for the game on top of that. And that was because it didn't add anything to the story the way, say, the original Survivor did. The original Survivor there kind of laid the groundwork for all the story of the series, even though there were like 3 games before it. But this doesn't add anything to it. And it kind of leaves us asking questions like, why? Like, why was Nemesis running around on Rockford Island chasing Steve and Claire around? Why didn't we go to Antarctica to take care of all the enemies? Everything was on Rockford. Well, we might get an answer to that question. Now, going through the game, we got the secret messages and we got the jewels. Those unlocked special reports that were only part of this version of the game. And we're going to take some time to look at them. Hey, we got an S rank. Game over. Yeah, sure, why not? Quickly save our data. I mean, we played this together, we earned it. Alright, we have 5 secret reports. Let's take a look at each of them. The Diary of the Chief Warden. Only a few hours remain for me as a conscious human being. This will be the final entry in my diary. I won't waste precious moments whining about what could have been. Who dropped the ball this time? Oh well, what's done is done. In 48 hours, the virus will contaminate this entire island, and every life form will die. Soon I'll be nothing more than a soulless bag of meat, controlled completely by the virus. You know, I think that's something people don't think about that much. They just kind of take the zombies for what they are. But it's the virus animating the body so the virus can spread. This is my last hope. My invincible lover. Necesia? I'm not sure how to pronounce that. I first met you in an empty solitary cell. You had innocently chosen that spot to make your web. A place to call home. Though there was no food for you to catch. I wonder why I fell for you. Perhaps it was because I sensed we were kindred spirits, choosing to live our lives in some sheltered corner, secluded from others. I diligently kept feeding you with moths and roaches, watching you wrap their bodies and suck out their fluids relaxed me. I noticed how you had grown, but I wanted you to be bigger and stronger. That's why I started to steal bodies for you. There was no harm in it after all. They were the dead remnants from various experiments, no longer useful and left to be disposed of secretly. So I did just that by feeding you. The effect of the virus on you was astounding. And in no time, you had become as big as a man. Then when I ran out of food, I sent a prisoner to the cell. They would be tortured to death by Alfred, and they would be tortured to death by Alfred anyways. No one cared if a few went missing. At last you have grown too big to live in a cell. Now I let you crawl loose in the prison. The ceiling has become your nesting place, and you've begun to devour prisoners and prison officers at random. No one will be able to destroy my lover. You are far more powerful than that annoying Alfred. Your fangs are sharp enough to slice his empty little head off with one bite. All those memories, they'll be gone. My whole body has been infected with the virus. Now I'm hearing the noises you make when you crawl on the ceiling with your 8 slender legs, Nesita. Netesia? I don't know. I guess you have eaten your food up. I guess the hunger is urging you. My dear Nettie, kill everyone. Destroy everything. Devour all. The meaning of the world will be lost when I die. I know you are gazing at me with your 8 eyes. Don't hesitate. Now, fulfill your urge, and let nature take its course as you sink your beautiful fangs into me. Alright, well that was a little creepy. But now I guess we know why the spider was there at the prison. That was a longer report than I thought. So we're going to finish the other 4. A letter sent to the commander of the locked fort. That went too fast. I can pause it but start, right? Yeah. Inspection report. Here's a inspection report. Here's a brief report on what we have found so far. Our undercover agents have yet to crack the identity of the spy working for HCF. Ooh. However, based on the D-files obtained in Geneva, we are certain he is on Lockfort Island and has gained full access to all areas of personnel. They're calling it Lockfort in this one. It was Rockfort in the other one. Probably one of those difficulties of translating L and R. Our men have been on the case for 3 months now, and I assure you this matter will be dealt with swiftly and quietly once we have identified our target. Our sources inform us that he has joined forces with our enemy, plotting some sort of offensive attack. Few details are known at this time, but we do know that they have succeeded in duplicating The prototype. Ooh, the prototype, huh? Given the new urgency of this situation, I have taken the liberty of sending you a special gift. Nemesis Type T, the latest bow, was created in the States and has set the world on fire with its performance in Raccoon City. Since everything about it is completely confidential, including its budget and inventory controls, there will be no shipping record. The package is hidden in amongst other materials in a routine shipment. All evidence of this transaction must be destroyed with the utmost discretion, and any knowledge of it will die with you and me. P.S. Nemesis T is programmed to set loose once an emergency is detected. There's no other way to activate it. Regard it as a talisman and use only as your last resort. Alright, so that's how Nemesis got here. A message written on the wall in the training facility. Okay. Dear son, T-Virus will destroy everything. Son, I was in... Know how dreadful the virus is. Once the virus infects a certain percentage of the island, it cannot be reversed or stopped. Remember that once it enters into the body, the virus controls it and comes out to spread the virus. Number will explode. I can't ask you to forgive me. As you have said, your mother was killed because of me. That is a truth that I can't deny. I can only regret what I have done. I can't understand why things went in this way, and what really went wrong. I can admit that I was not a good father to you, but I've loved. I can't hide what I've been doing. I can't undo what I've done. All I can do is pray that you live. I think you know better than to come back here. However, if you are reading this, it means that you are still here. You must leave as soon as possible. This place will be wiped. Your father will be dead by then. I love you, my son. This was a nice one. Like the way they did it with sort of like the writing on the wall and the music they had going on in the background. Now, I'm pretty sure that was Steve's father, his goodbye message to his son. An email from a secret agent to their base. From Scarlet Eye, Thursday, December 28th, 1998, to Golden Sheep, encounter with the T. Veronica. Ooh, I get to control this one. Or do I? No. Report, first encounter. During our mission on Lockport Island, we have encountered a carrier who is infected with the T. Veronica virus. It seems that the poisonous mushrooms had hidden the T. Veronica on the island. Poisonous mushrooms, huh? Due to the third level of biohazard caused by our sabotage mission, we have seized control of 90% of the establishment and the organization on the island. Any form of an organized effort of resistance has already been suppressed. Note that the T. Veronica carrier bore a close resemblance to Alexia, daughter of the Ashford family. Alright. Same day, second encounter. Our second encounter erupted into a close-range combat with a unit of our agents and 2 units of hunters. They ended up to be wiped out within 3 minutes. In my opinion, the potential of the T. Veronica carrier is beyond comprehension. It has the ability to transform in order to accommodate a hostile element. For defensive purposes, it transforms its skin into armor to protect its body against bullets. It is assumed that the T. Veronica carrier can evolve to accommodate any environmental change. The blood of the T. Veronica carrier seems to catch fire once it is aerated. When it attacks by spraying its blood, it's more powerful than a flamethrower. Survival rate against this type of weapon is very low since the T. Veronica carrier pursues its victims with the intelligence of a human. Summary. Survival rate against an enemy of this potential is extremely low. Alright, so that was a report talking about them fighting with Alexia. Alright, so let's read report 5. Monologue of Claire. I seem to have fallen asleep in spite of myself. The sound of the turbo engine of the VTOL has woken me up. I was dreaming. No, I was having a nightmare. I'm drenched in sweat, and my heart is thumping in my throat. The dream is fading away rapidly, just like a dream always does. and then only the memory of fear and deep sorrow remain. To my surprise, I seem to have been crying in the cockpit. Steve is controlling the plane. The nightmare has gone far behind. What do I have to fear? Why should I be sad? We're safe. We got away from the cause of so much fear and sorrow. The island. I can see the warm sunlight coming into the cockpit, as if it erases the darkness. There are dolphins jumping on the surface of the sea below. However, the fragments of the nightmare never leave my mind. The scenes I dreamed are surfacing one by one. I was dreaming of the island. I was fighting just like I did a while ago. Just like I did together with Steve. But the dream was about to unfold in a different way. In a worse way. My farewell to Steve. Is that a reality that could have happened? If anything had gone wrong. But it didn't. We won this future. We have escaped from the island of death. It's time I forgot the nightmare. It's time I talked with Steve. The sky is bright with sunlight. It's becoming brighter and brighter. I wonder why he doesn't turn around. Now it's too bright. As if I'm in a white blanket of fog. Was it just a dream? I don't know. I'm in a white blanket. I wonder why he doesn't turn around. Is what I believe to be reality real? The steady sound of the engine of the VTOL has become louder, and louder like the noise from a swinging axe. And I realize that I'm waking up. Alright, that's that. That final report seems to suggest that the entire game that we just played was a nightmare that Claire was having. Was it a nightmare she was having on the plane, on the jet, on their way to Antarctica? Was it a nightmare she was having after Steve had transformed and died, almost killing her? Who knows? But sadly, or maybe not sadly, depending on how you look at it, that's going to be the end of our video here. Now, I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you in the next video. Take care.